can take this big ton of money, and then you can start to buy people.
And who's that?
The hedge funds, BlackRock, the banks, these guys run it.
Have you ever wondered who truly controls the world? We see presidents giving speeches, CEOs making headlines, and world leaders negotiating deals. But is there a hidden hand behind the scenes, pulling the strings of global power? Hi everyone, welcome back to the Giant Success Stories. In today's video, we'll explore the increasing influence of large financial institutions, particularly investment firms like BlackRock. These firms manage trillions of dollars in assets, and their decisions can have a profound impact on the global economy, potentially shaping the world in ways we might not even realize. The rise of the investment giants. Traditionally, we might think of powerful politicians or wealthy families as the ultimate power brokers. However, in recent decades, a new player has emerged on the scene: investment firms. These firms act as financial intermediaries, pooling money from investors like pension funds and insurance companies. They then use this combined wealth to invest in various assets, such as stocks, bonds, and real estate. One such firm, BlackRock, was founded in 1988 by Larry Fink and Charles Barkley. Initially, BlackRock focused on managing fixed income investments like bonds. These investments are typically considered less risky than stocks because they offer a steady stream of income in the form of interest payments. However, BlackRock has since expanded into a financial powerhouse. BlackRock is now the world's largest asset manager. As of June 2023, BlackRock manages a staggering $9.6 trillion in assets. To put that number into perspective, let's consider the GDP, gross domestic product, of Germany, Europe's largest economy. Germany's GDP is roughly $4.2 trillion. This means BlackRock manages more than double the total economic output of Germany. This immense wealth allows BlackRock to wield significant influence over the global financial landscape. The power of diversification. Imagine having a basket filled with eggs. If you drop the basket and all the eggs break, you're left with nothing. But what if you had multiple baskets, each holding a different type of egg? Even if you dropped one basket, you'd still have eggs to eat. This is the concept of diversification, a key strategy used by investment firms like BlackRock. BlackRock doesn't put all its eggs in one basket. Instead, they diversify their investments across a wide range of industries, from technology and healthcare to energy and consumer goods. This approach helps to spread out risk. If one industry takes a downturn, for example, a decline in the tech sector due to a new invention, the losses are offset by gains in other sectors, perhaps a boom in the healthcare industry due to a new medical discovery. This diversification strategy not only protects BlackRock's investments, but also ensures a steady stream of profits. Imagine having a safety net woven from money. That's essentially what diversification provides, building an empire of money. As we mentioned earlier, BlackRock's immense wealth is the foundation of its influence. But how did they acquire such a vast fortune? Part of the answer lies in their ability to consistently generate profits for their investors. BlackRock's investment strategies have historically yielded strong returns, attracting more and more investors to their funds. This influx of new capital allows BlackRock to further grow its assets, creating a snowball effect. Another factor contributing to BlackRock's wealth is the rise of passive investing. Passive investing involves buying and holding a basket of assets that tracks a particular market index, such as the S&P 500. This approach, popularized by index funds, has become increasingly popular in recent years. Index funds aim to match the performance of the market index they track, rather than trying to outperform it through active stock picking. BlackRock is a major player in the index fund market, managing trillions of dollars in passively invested assets. These passive investments generate a steady stream of fees for BlackRock, further fueling their financial growth. With a seemingly endless supply of money at their disposal, BlackRock is able to invest in a wide range of assets, expanding their reach and influence across the global economy. Gaining influence through expertise. BlackRock's power goes beyond simply having a lot of money. They also leverage their expertise to gain influence over governments and other powerful entities. One way they do this is through their Financial Markets Advisory Group, FMAG. This secretive division, established in 2009 according to the Wall Street Journal, consists of a team of financial experts who provide consulting services to governments, central banks, and other financial institutions around the world. Imagine having a team of the brightest financial minds on speed dial, ready to offer advice on complex economic issues. That's essentially the power BlackRock wields through the FMAG. The services offered by the FMAG are wide-ranging. They can help governments with tasks like stress testing their financial systems, analyzing potential risks, and even designing economic stimulus packages. For central banks, the FMAG might provide advice on setting interest rates or managing foreign exchange reserves. This insider knowledge gives BlackRock a unique perspective on global economic trends and allows them to potentially influence important decisions made by governments and financial institutions. Here's an example of how the FMAG's influence might work in practice. Imagine the European Central Bank, ECB, is considering raising interest rates to combat inflation. The ECB might consult with the FMAG to understand the potential impact of this decision on different sectors of the economy. BlackRock, through the FMAG, could then offer their analysis and recommendations. While the ECB would ultimately make the final decision, BlackRock's input could certainly carry significant weight. Building relationships with politicians. Money talks, and politicians listen. While there are campaign finance limits in many countries, large financial institutions like BlackRock can still find ways to build relationships with politicians. This doesn't necessarily mean outright bribery. Instead, it can involve things like sponsoring political events, donating to charitable causes supported by politicians, or simply offering campaign staff lucrative job opportunities after they leave government service. These relationships can create a sense of obligation. Politicians who have received support from BlackRock, either directly or indirectly, might be more likely to consider the firm's interests when making decisions. For example, a politician might be less likely to support regulations that could potentially harm BlackRock's bottom line. It's important to note that the influence of large financial institutions on politicians is a complex issue. There's often a fine line between legitimate lobbying and undue influence. However, the sheer amount of money that BlackRock and other investment firms manage gives them a powerful voice in the political arena. The cycle continues, a web of money, power, and influence. BlackRock's wealth and influence create a self-perpetuating cycle. They use their money to invest in profitable ventures, leverage their expertise to gain influence over governments, and build relationships with politicians. This influence, in turn, allows them to secure even better investment opportunities, further solidifying their position as a financial powerhouse. The bigger picture, beyond BlackRock. While BlackRock is a prime example of a powerful investment firm, it's important to remember that they are not the only player in the game. There are other large financial institutions with similar levels of wealth and influence. Additionally, other powerful entities, such as multinational corporations and wealthy individuals, also play a significant role in shaping the global landscape. However, the rise of large financial institutions like BlackRock raises important questions about the distribution of power in the modern world. Should a handful of private companies have so much influence over global economic and political decisions? Is this concentration of power healthy for our democracies and for the global economy as a whole? These are complex questions that don't have easy answers. The increasing influence of large financial institutions is a topic that deserves further discussion and debate. We encourage you to do your own research and form your own opinion. What are your thoughts on the role of BlackRock and other investment firms in the global economy? Do you think they have too much power? Leave a comment below and share your thoughts. For more thought-provoking content about the hidden forces shaping our world, like and subscribe to our channel. We'll continue to explore these important issues and provide you with the information you need to be a more informed citizen.